Hey guys, Ash here, and today I've got something cool for you. So there's this company called Vivo, and you may or may not have heard of them. They produce a bunch of smartphones, and in various pockets around the world, they're quite in demand. So today I'm here to show you the Vivo X6. This is their new flagship, and this is a pretty big deal for them. Why? Because they want to make this international. Okay, so the box contains reading materials we'll never really read, along with the charger, micro USB cable, and what's nice to have a pair of headphones. I'll let you know if these are any good. A nice addition we've been seeing recently is the inclusion of a case. Nice. So the phone itself is very reminiscent of another well-known phone, but it's not all bad. It feels great, it's pretty slim, measuring in at 6.56 millimeters. It all feels very nice and premium with its metal build. Buttons feel good, they're solid, and there's capacitive buttons on the front, so your preference will either be for it or not. The display is a 5.2-inch 1080p Super AMOLED panel. From my initial usage, it's actually very good, and I have to say it looks beautiful with viewing angles to match. Nothing wrong here.
Alright guys, so it's about 5 a.m. We've got about 5 hours sleep. I think this is day 1 now, technically. So I'm gonna go down and see if I can grab some breakfast.
And oddly enough, the first sound we hear as the chemical in the mushroom takes effect is laughter.
Breakfast is done.
Pushing it all, we have the MediaTek 6752, and they are an SoC company to watch in the future, I am sure. In addition, we have 4 gigs of RAM, which you can really notice. It's a pleasure to use and complements the overall processing power. So some of the features that make this phone pretty cool is the fingerprint sensor on the back, and from my initial usage, it runs really well. Vivo claimed 0.4 seconds, and I say this definitely holds up. It's placed in a similar position to the Nexus 6P, so if you like that, then you'll like this. Another is increased charging speed. So the X6 contains 2 chips and dual path charge circuits. All in all, this basically means awesome quick charging, so less waiting around, and when you have a 2400 mAh battery, this should be a good way to top up. So I managed to top up 40% of battery within about 30 minutes of charge time. On the software side, we have Vivo's FunTouch OS. This is a really heavy skin, so this is going to be one of those make of it what you will situations. Life seems to be very different in China, as is consumer behavior, so this is a direct reflection of that. So there are no Google services, and to make up for that, there are a whole host of region-specific apps. Visually, it's very, very similar to Apple's variant. The software does have its touches though. There's a split screen functionality, you can record screenshots with voice recordings, there's the ability to program when the phone starts and shuts down, various smart motion actions which affect the screen, lights, unlocking, and even when you're in calls, a whole host of cool stuff. There's even dedicated settings for DLNA, USB OTG, and VPNs. Awesome stuff. Lastly, we have an f2.2 13 megapixel camera with phase detection autofocus, which Vivo say is all super fast. And I have to agree, this is true. Pictures are a pleasure to take, and it's nice that you can use the fingerprint sensor on the back as a shutter button. The software is nice too, allowing manual control over pictures, so you're able to do cool things like pull focus. Being what it is, I would have liked to see USB Type-C, but it's not the end of the world, and the single speaker on the bottom is typical of smartphone these days. Overall, you might think this phone isn't very unique, but the key thing here is competition. There's some nice stuff on here from a company that definitely seems to know what they're doing. I'm excited to see where they head with this. It will initially be available in Southeast Asia with the price starting roughly around $400, but this is still yet to be confirmed. If you're thinking about importing this, here is some info about what bands it works with, and now you know. International version will be coming soon, and I'm told there will be a whole host of updates and a few surprises, so it's worth to keep a lookout. Anyways guys, thanks for checking out this quick first impressions. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon.